That's good, because I'm not. Keep forgetting I have physical notes.
They're quite useful.
Dear dice bag. Thank you.
Dear dice bag, you have dice. The end.
Can't make assumptions like that.
I was trying to ask you to cough up my other D8.
I'm really sad right now.
Why are you sad?
Because I don't have a D30, so I can't make a Cameron roll.
Oh.
You know what? I'm gonna give whoever gets the highest Cameron roll +1 on one roll today.
Fuck yeah.
I don't have a D30.
None of us have
You
D30.
You know what? We're gonna use the dice roller in my channel.
Okay.
Shenanigans.
Do that.
I need to remember how you talk to it. I think it's with an exclamation point.
I don't remember.
Hells yeah. I got a 17. That's above half.
Wait, so how do you
I rolled a
talk to it?
5.
It's an exclamation
Exclamation
point. Exclamation point roll D30.
Dice Maiden has forsaken me.
Nope.
Oh, no, you have to put a space in
Yeah.
there.
You
So I
never
got-
know. Sometimes it like wants a space. Sometimes things don't want a space.
So I got good news and bad news. I found my D30. That's the good news. And I rolled a 29.
That means the enemies get to add a roll. Add a +1 to.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, wait,
One
no.
+1.
Hi.
Kate destroyed me.
Would Kate get?
It's
At 29.
Kate gets it then.
It's my reward for doing so. Nothing last time.
Okay, I am ready. Is everybody else ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Thank you all for coming. We are once again going into the fun world of the search for the stolen blade. Does anybody want a recap of what's happening, or are we good to just jump in?
We got jumped while we were asleep by a bunch of people who laid out this camp as a trap. Xander was on guard duty when they came, and he turned their surprise attack back around on them and then shouted to his party. And then after the party dispatched all but the fish guy, Xander chased the fish guy off and met this new friend.
New friend.
I feel like that's just like a nice bare bones summary.
It was very good, thank you. So, the last things that had happened were Gliblob, Fishman, ran while running away from Xander, was grabbed by our giant friend here, and summarily crushed to death. The giant then looked up at Xander and said, "Are you another one of those who attack in my forest?"
And Xander had said, "We are not here to harm the forest."
He's going to look you up and down for a moment. You can tell he stops for a moment and thinks, notes something, and just keeps staring at you. Why are you here?
Well, I'm here because I've been paid to find a sword in the forest. But I am here before you because I was trying to chase down that little fish and encourage him on a different life path, but he has chosen a third option. I am curious. I'm Xander. It's Draconic. What's your name?
Not many ask my name. It is Telos.
Telos. Well, it's wonderful to meet you, I hope. I had noticed, because of my supreme survival instincts and understanding of nature, that, it seems that this particular forest, your forest, perhaps, is more alive, vibrant, than a non-magical place. So and he's going to gesture at, I assume I can see this glowing crystal.
Yep.
Assume that this is the reason why.
Yes, but before we get into it, do you have anyone else with you?
I do. I have friends. Carol should be along shortly with Miriam.
I think at that, Carol is going to stop concentrating on the token and just turn to Mary and say, Xander needs us.
Telos is going to look roughly in the direction that you guys are.
And Marion will nod and just start running.
When they have come, I shall judge them as well, and then we will move on.
Okay, I hope that you judge them well. Alright, bye. He just flew away! Oh, he's back!
Did he disappear for a second?
A little bit, yeah.
That's not good. Looks like if I go to another tab, it doesn't like that.
Oh.
So, did you guys want to come up?
Whee!
Running up, running up, running up.
Despite the distance, you can tell that Telos is looking right at you. Like even despite the difficult terrain, you can see you.
The obstructions.
So I think as soon as I burst into the clearing, I see this giant. I go, "Whoa!"
Ah, Marion!
Kind of like go on guard.
Carol, let me introduce my new friend, Telos. He guards this forest.
Oh.
Greetings,
And
Telos.
she'll put away her weapon.
He's going to slowly start walking towards you guys.
I'm just going to stay very still.
Carol did not explain the situation at all on the short walk over here.
Yeah.
He's staring dead into Miriam's eyes, and you can feel that he is judging you for something. Trying to sum up as much as he can about you. And just after it gets a little bit awkward, we'll turn to Carol and do the same thing.
Carol doesn't blink.
I'm going to intimidate him.
She's not trying to intimidate him.
He doesn't have to try.
He'll look at Xander and say nothing. And look back at both of you and say, what happened earlier with the bandits?
I will glance at Carol and Elliot and say, Xander was on guard at our camp when bandits came in. We were woken to him. What did you yell?
I said, sorry, gentlemen, this camp is already claimed.
alerted us to their presence. Or I guess what I'll say is we were awoken by Xander yelling.
You just see Xander do a little fist pump.
And saw several creeping up around us, seeming to expect minimal resistance.
Good. Your story matches this one's. And he'll look down at Glib Glub and say, these beasts have been attacking my forest for a long time. I am happy someone was finally able to deal with them. I needed to make sure that you were not with them and that your story checked out. If you would like a place to stay for the night, I would like to reward you for your good actions. If you would like to follow me.
A hero's reward for heroes. Arian,
Yes, Xander.
we're heroes.
Carol would like to insight Telos.
Yeah, so would Miriam.
Okay.
That is
Disappointing.
a 16 to get his vibe about all this stuff. It's do I think that he wants to lead us off and kill us in some place that's slightly more convenient for him, or
Mine is
Hey,
similar to a 16, but
And
10
that it's a
lower.
6? So, Kate, you can't feel anything negative coming from him. He seems to be genuine. He was scary earlier. There was clear that if it turned out you were not who you said you were, if your story didn't match, this conversation could turn into a confrontation. But now that he knows that you're not here for, at least not here for as nefarious purposes as the bandits were, and that you took care of a serious problem, he seems to like you. Sam, essentially the same things, but you're more sure of it. He does seem to be on the up and up and want what's best for this forest. And because you guys are protecting it in your small way, he wants to reward you. Did you guys want to follow him?
Carol will say if we are going to follow you and be away from our campsite for an extended amount of time, should we go and fetch our things?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A good point.
That would be a good idea. I will be here if you want to go get your things.
Can I see the crystals from where I am and everything?
Yep.
Can I make an Arcana check?
Yeah.
I think Xander has all his.
Damn! That is a 22.
Okay.
Carol's
Is there-
rolling well tonight.
Is there anything specific you want to know about it, or just...
I want to, because I guess this is a question for the voice in the sky.
Yeah.
Do these crystals seem out of place in a forest to Carol?
To you? Yeah, they're out of place. This is something strange.
Okay, so then I guess magically, what do I think they might be? Because I assumed Arcana just because it seems like a magic-y thing. Or like if she thinks it's unnatural in a forest, she would assume magic, and so think about it in a magic way.
No, it definitely
actually
is
correct,
magic. It uses similar magic to druids, drawing on that life and nature, and it's more this is a focal point for that energy, and he's able to protect it and be sustained by it because he's staying here.
Okay.
It's like you guys have seen, it's sustaining the forest around it much more than anywhere else. It's clearly giving this area a lot of life.
Do I think there would be any harm in normal people being around such an item for like an evening?
No, you actually know
Okay.
that it will heal you.
Okay.
I was gonna save this, Sam. Actually, it's fine. If you guys drink from the lake, you'll heal any wounds that you have.
Neat.
How deep is that healing? Is that just an HP recovery, or is this like all of your battle scars are now gone?
HP recovery.
Okay.
So you'll have your core battle scars.
I do like
What
me
if
like-
I purified food and drink first? Would that ruin anything?
I mean, it'll have less pond scum in it, and it'll probably be nicer to drink, but
Because
it won't
I
get rid of
want
the magic.
that, but I don't think I'm hurt anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Carol is
Oh no, I
not
have
wounded.
57 damage.
I got smacked up, but Mirian healed me with some lay on hands.
Yeah, everyone but Sam's taking damage.
Because they
We
knew
go back to our
better than
campsite
to go and
and
hurt
get our
me.
stuff.
Yeah,
So
so-
Carol will start heading back to the campsite. And when we are at the campsite, she will convey what she discerned magically about the crystals.
Are you also coming back, Xander?
I think Xander has all his stuff with him, so I think he was
Okay.
just gonna hang with Telos, which means he doesn't get to learn about the magic pond!
I'm gonna say if there's nothing you guys want to have done between the two scenes, we could just skip ahead to you guys having your stuff.
They're gonna tell each other about pond scum.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone knows
What?
the things that Carol
Yeah.
was going to say, so.
Wait, what?
Just saying you guys can be back with Telos, just to if there's nothing else you guys want to do in between.
Yeah, but what did Tristan say? Something pond scum?
That you two were going to talk about pond scum without him.
Ah, I see.
So you guys get back to Telos and Xander, and he says, "Follow me." And he starts walking with this massive gait that you guys have to kind of not quite run, but walk pretty briskly to keep up. And if there's anything you guys want to talk to him about, we can do it now, or we can just have him get to like where is it home.
Telos, did you bring those crystals with you from wherever it is you're from? Were they here when you got here?
This area is very powerful. There is something in the area that creates these crystals and heals those around it. It is very important that this area stays healthy and stays safe.
So,
I hope you understand it means a lot that I am trusting you by bringing you here.
of course, I just was curious if you had come upon this place, or if you were, like, if this was a family generational home or something. How did you find it?
I was wandering through the forest and I came upon this area, and I quickly figured out its healing properties, and I made my home here, and I took it upon myself to try to protect this area as well as I can.
And you said that the bandits that we dispatched were harming the forest. Does that mean that they had come here and damaged crystals, or that they had cut down trees? Like, what exactly should we be avoiding doing so that we don't harm the forest?
I protect the life in this forest. I do not go against the flow of life. I do not force those who eat others not to, but they killed for pleasure and monetary gain, and they were not welcome in my forest because of this.
Okay, so killing to hunt is all right.
Of course,
Oh, good, excellent.
that is how things live. It
Gosh.
is the normal way of things.
I just didn't want to accidentally end up on your bad side, he says, kind of eyeing Carol. Hear that, Thumper, buddy? This guy's gonna protect us.
If you respect the forest, you will be a friend of mine.
I used to live in a forest.
Do I know this about you? How much of your backstory do I know?
He's a pretty open book, so he might say something that you didn't know before, but it wouldn't be like... It wouldn't be weird for him to suddenly say something that you didn't know and then be completely willing to tell the story, so you can always feel welcome to ask if it is something that he has not described before.
The area he is bringing you to is this small little grove, a self-contained little space ringed with trees and roots. Everywhere you look, there are these clusters of crystals that are giving off light, and there's you. You are unlikely to have ever been somewhere that contains as much life as this place. You can tell that this is somewhere that is just safe and very comfortable to be, and it is somewhere that is very it's a very good feeling being there.
I think Elle looks a little uncomfortable. Like, just it's a weird feeling, and Elle is unsure how to deal with this, since it's very different than anything that Carol has ever felt before. Like, in a place, especially like a place of like nature and magic.
I think that Xander's just going to, like, sit down in the loam and like, find the soft, spongy ground to be very comforting. And say, honestly, I didn't live in a forest like this. It's kind of... It makes me think of the stories they used to tell in my hometown about the Feywild.
This is very different than the forests I'm familiar with there. She looks around, still suspicious, or unsure how she should feel.
What were your forests like, Carol?
She just sort of like looks off into the distance, and they were dark.
Were they
And-
dangerous?
Yes.
He's going to, like,
As he
sit up and seems to, like, sniff the air and rolls his shoulders a bit, listening. Says, well, whatever it's worth, I don't sense any danger right now, and I've got a keen sense for that, he says, kind of winking.
As you guys are saying this, he's going to be rummaging through a sack that he has while trying to listen in on what you guys are saying. Clearly, he doesn't get a lot of people to talk to.
Voice in the Sky has already forgotten. Was it Telos or Talos? Or
Telos.
Telos? Well, Telos, how long have you been here?
It is difficult to know years. They kind of have become a blur. but most of my adult life I have been lucky enough to live here.
It is certainly a beautiful place to live.
It makes me very happy that you can appreciate its beauty. Unfortunately, you have met some that do not appreciate such beauty.
But they didn't even appreciate the beauty of life. They profited off of killing people. Humanoids, that is, at least. The world won't miss them.
As you talk about the bandits, his faces will darken for a moment, and then he'll go back to normal.
Oh, I did have a somewhat impertinent question, Telos.
Yes, my friend.
I'm glad we're friends. I wanted to be respectful, but I wanted to know, are you Telos, one man with two heads, or are you two people sharing one body?
I am one. Actually, this is voice in the sky talking. I'm trying to decide on how it sounds when he talks. I should have made this clear. I kind of like the idea that both heads talk in unison. Because everyone does the, it's two personalities thing.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, when he talks, it's both heads talking in unison.
Ah. Well, that must simplify things then. Thank you. I just wanted to make sure that we weren't ignoring someone else in this conversation.
I understand.
Are there many who visit this forest? Besides these bandits, come to do harm? And how does that balance against those who come to visit without doing harm?
Before, there were many that came through. Many touched by magic like this one, no point to Carol. But it has been a while since those days. Not many who care for the forest have come through since.
5 years, right? The ones who were touched by magic, were they friends of the forest?
They were not here long, but they were definitely not enemies. They respected the forest while they were here, and then they left. And that is all I ask.
Do you know what happened to them that they stopped coming around?
No.
The humanoids in the nearby settlement shut down the facility that those people were using. And so they left, at least. If there's more detail than that, we haven't learned it yet. We actually seek the place those people used to travel to. If you know the path, it would be useful if you could tell us.
Towards the northwest from here, you'll find a path that will lead you there. It's the path they always used. And that lines up with where you guys know the academy to be.
Well then, yes, if once the night is over, you wouldn't mind showing us to that path, or directing us if you don't wish to go anywhere, that would be great.
Of course. But for now, it is late, and we must rest.
I did forget that. I think my watch is concluded. I still need another couple hours.
If you would like, I can stay awake and watch over you.
Well, that would be excellent. I
Might
trust you.
May we have a sip of the water? It is this close, right?
Yeah.
Or was there? Okay.
You know of the power of the lake?
I don't know anything about the lake other than there's glowing crystals in it.
I'm going.
Seems that the crystals are affecting the area, and my guess was that it would have some restorative properties, being so close.
That makes sense. Telos said healing and growth. He's gonna you're gonna see him what his arm working as he rummages on his belt, and he's gonna pull off a flask of water skin. And he's just gonna hold it up while he's still mostly curled about himself. Fill this for me. I say thank you.
Miriam will chuckle and take it, but also look to Telos for confirmation that they have permission.
Telos will get a smile on his face and look at Carol and say, "You understand the magics well, little one. I was going to bring you in the morning, let you rest for now, but if you would like, we can go and heal your wounds."
He thinks she's a child.
I mean,
Out of character, I mean, she is.
Did you guys want to go heal your wounds?
Carol
Drink
doesn't
some-
have any wounds, but do you happen to know how long the water retains its potency? If we fill up a water skin now, will we be able to benefit from it tomorrow? Should something else happen in the forest?
The magic stays with the water as long as it is fresh. So yeah, you'd be fine the next day.
Sweet.
would you like me to fill your water skin too, Carol? Miriam will say with a smile.
I'm trying to decide if she would want to stay with Xander just in case. Because she is getting good vibes from Telos, but she's not a trusting person. Versus her interest and curiosity in the magic and
I mean,
the
it's
water.
only about 30 feet away.
Yeah.
I think she will. I think Elle will go and curl up next to Xander's head,
No.
and Carol will get up and say, "I would like to see things for myself."
As you wish. Hell, bloop. Drink deeply of the water. Let it heal and nourish you. Feel the power of the earth and the gods.
So then Carol will drink from cupped hands first before filling her water skin in it.
It tastes real good. It is just very, very tasty, clean tasting water.
Does it look clean, though?
It looks like a pond. It doesn't look particularly dirty, but especially because it's night, you can't really tell.
Well,
Clouds
then
are
I
standing
will
water.
ask because I can imagine, I know at the very least the effects of bad water.
We're gonna get dysentery.
I will ask, would it cause any harm for me to use divine magics to clean the water?
It is the gods themselves that have given this water power. I can't imagine their power would damage it.
Marion will give a chuckle, and then she will cast Purify Food and Drink. I am wondering how quickly the 5-foot square will be polluted by water near it.
I mean, I feel like you fill up your water skin
and then you
cast
purify
it on the
that.
water
Yeah.
skin.
No,
Well,
no, I like
no,
the
I
idea
know,
that she
I
just
was-
designated a no fish pee zone in this thing.
I mean, it's a 5-foot radius.
A
sphere,
5-foot radius
so,
of no fish pee.
but you know, I'm gonna be taking a sip and filling 2 water skins, so maybe what I'll do is I will put the water skins in the water. Is that how you would do it?
Yeah.
Submerge it and let
Yeah.
it filter, and then I'll do that. I'll cast Purify Food and Drink, and then I'll cap them and take a sip directly from the lake. There we go. Thank
Okay.
you, Telos.
I think Carol looked at you longer than is normal when you seemed concerned about the water quality.
Standing water. Always beware standing water. I might not have great survival skills, but I think I know that much. At the very least, I have heard horror stories or had people come in very ill after drinking standing water.
I can imagine the city guard would have had at least a couple of their people drink water like an idiot.
It's because they were disinterested in listening to reason.
But I mean, because like I'm sure Carol has had water that is much worse than this. Frequently. This just seems like solid.
Like,
Solid water
I'm
is
sure
ice.
it's safe based on, you know, the fact that it has healing properties, but at the same time,
It also does help that Carol, you have night vision, right? Dark vision.
Yes, I have dark vision.
So you can see better than Miriam can that the water does seem pretty clean.
Yeah.
More clean than like a lake of this size should look.
Mm-hmm.
but anyway, Miriam takes no offense to you staring at her like she's a weirdo. She's probably used to it.
I mean, she probably is used to it. Yeah. At least from Carol. It's not like it's not like an endless. It's just like you say that, and then she just looks at you, and like you know, like she looks at you when you're talking, but she looks at you for a little bit longer, and then like sort of like nods, like okay, I think I get it, but like it's not entirely clear if she does, and Elle is like not within sight, so.
Seeing that you filled the 2 water skins, and I assume Carol had some water.
Yeah.
Telos will look at both of you and say, "Are you ready to return?"
Yes, thank you. Or I am, anyway.
Carol will nod, and then thank you for showing us this place.
Is Xander already quite passed out?
Oh, very.
Then I will just set his water skin down next to him.
He always seems to fall asleep really easily after doing a rage.
I wonder why.
He is... he is untroubled by the horrors which he has committed.
Carol looks down at Elle by Xander's head, and Elle just sort of like gives like a nod, and then Carol seems to relax a little bit. And then Elle comes back over to her.
Scales.
Telos will say, "Please, my friends, rest. I will watch over you for the few hours left of night."
Thank you again.
Now I need to...
Always appreciated.
Okay.
Long rest, long rest.
0.
Yep.
Excellent.
Excellent.
We don't have any eggs.
See, here's the thing. When I wrote this section, I was going to give you guys the ability to have the effects of a long rest after drinking the water.
Mhm.
But you're not gonna notice it because you have fucking it's day anyway, or you had a night's sleep anyway. So
Yeah. But I think like Carol and Miriam can feel very refreshed, like
Yeah.
much more than.
no, you definitely back into game. You feel very good. You feel very refreshed. Like you were not interrupted in the middle of the night having to kill a bunch of people.
Isn't it so nice when you get a full night's sleep without having to kill anyone in the middle of it?
It seems like we more and more rarely get to enjoy that these days.
I'm gonna move us to the morning if that's okay with everyone.
Fine by me.
Yeah.
And you'll be in a world.
Did it work at the time? Is it day now?
Yes.
Yay! I learned.
Yay.
So it's decently early in the morning. You would have been able to wake up naturally, however early you guys usually wake up. And like I said, you feel more refreshed than you would based on having a night of very interrupted, stressful sleep.
So pleasant.
And just feel nice, you know? Like the way that this area makes you feel nice, drinking the water. So I guess those who did drink the water, you'll feel just nice.
I assume my water skin has been returned to me filled.
It was put next to you in the night, yes.
Yay.
In his sleep, Xander rolls on top of it and pops it.
Why? Why so mean?
I would have attempted to put it in such a way that he would not.
It's just in his mouth.
Definitely. Drowning him. Even better than him popping his water. At least he'll have water, right?
It does damage as quickly as it heals him some seeing that you're all waking up, Telos will start preparing a little bit of food for you guys, just edible berries and such.
Oh,
So-
look at this little buddy. Berries.
And he'll just stare at your rabbit. Just a smile will break out on both of his faces.
His name is Thumper. He's gonna be
No.
my little buddy for this trip.
He'll hold out his palm and say, "May I?"
That's up to him. I'm gonna give Thumper a scratch and draw his attention to the giant's hand.
I'm gonna roll a d20 to see if it happens.
Is it gonna happen?
1 to 10, it doesn't happen. 11 to 12, it does. It doesn't.
Oh.
Aww. But that
Thumper's-
would have been so precious.
Ignore that one. He'll tell us. We'll look a little bit sad, but look back up to Xander and say, "Protect this young one."
But of course. I'm gonna just like place him on top of my head between my horns.
Mhm.
They're like armor, but for rabbits.
Thumper starts thumping.
On my horn.
Yeah. Testing out how solid it is.
I think that actually would probably give him some PTSD.
Yeah, that's not good. Don't beat up Xander's horns. It's not nice. Telos will say to you, I understand you have somewhere to be, but I did promise you a reward.
Well, I thought the
If you would
reward
like-
was sleep.
The sleep and the food are from the forest. They're not things I have given you. I want to personally thank you for dealing with this threat.
Marion,
And
heroes.
if you have time, I would love to get you your gift.
I have time for a gift. Marion, tell him we have time for a gift.
All right, we have time for a gift.
Yay!
It is not too far off your travels either.
We get to go on a nature walk.
And it's not really a path from here to where you need to be, so you guys will travel for, or if you guys want to set out now, we can do that, or if you guys want to do something else, I shouldn't make that decision for you.
I mean, are we enjoying our berries first?
Yeah.
Nom nom nom.
Num num nums. Was there anything anyone wanted to do before we head out?
I'm good with going for nom noms.
After eating, I think Carol will thank Telos for his hospitality.
Oh, this lizard has a lizard to drain.
What? Oh.
Yeah. It's okay. We all know it happened, and we're all going to pretend it's not happening.
I just realized how uncomfortable it must be having to pee while wearing plate mail.
It would be
Like,
genuinely
how-
awful.
How do you even manage it?
Prestidigitation.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, do you want the real world answer or the D&D answer? Because the real world answer is a little bit more graphic than I would like to get into.
Oh, I
Okay.
feel so much better now.
You know what I'm gonna imagine? I'm gonna imagine. Never mind, I'm not gonna go into that.
Is everyone ready to travel?
I am ready. Actually, you know what? I imagine I didn't even bother with my bedroll over here. I imagine it's nice and soft.
Yeah, it is very soft.
When I brush myself off. And ready to go.
Yes. Let's do this. Please, lead the way, Telos.
Waiting on Gum.
Gum! It's always the gum. Gum.
GM. Waiting on GM.
Gum.
Gum.
Yep, 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 yep.
The Eerie token can be one of your teeth?
Yeah. You can just rip
Oh, I
a
hadn't
tooth
read
out
that
of your
bit.
head in front of somebody. Just grab a pliers and pull down a molar.
Staring them down, saying, you know, when something is rotten, you get rid of it. And you pull.
The snake rots from the head, as they say. So I say, cut off the head of your tooth. It's not a perfect
What?
analogy.
I am so confused.
That was out of character stuff. With the Eerie token that my race can make, a lock of hair, one of your nails, or one of your teeth. I hadn't read that it could be one of your teeth.
Oh my.
And so when you create the Eerie token, it doesn't hurt you to create it. So like you just pull out a tooth while staring someone down.
Oh my.
But the question is, like, is that tooth permanently gone once it's made
Yeah.
into the Eerie token, or do you actually
No,
grow
so
it back?
it grows back the next day.
Because
So
it stops
Carol
working
rips
after
off a fingernail every single day.
Yeah.
to
Kinda
put in that bag.
Nobody realizes that she's down a fingernail because she wears gloves all the time.
It's true.
Well then.
Most of her skin is covered.
Oh yeah, the only part of her that is uncovered is like the neck up.
Yeah.
Like the top of the neck up. Like
Yeah.
her neck is mostly covered.
High collar shirts, man. Gum.
But yeah, I imagine we've all been traveling together long enough that if anyone had tried to see how she made the item,
Mhm.
or like when she, came back with the item, you would probably have been able to,
You usually spare
given
us.
enough time. She is like private about it. Like she does not do it when there are people around. So like you would have needed to like follow her and
Sneak
like spy
after
on her
her.
to see it. But
Yeah, that's not my style.
Yeah. And I would just look to Marion and say, as for a question last night, yes, I spent my teen years living in a forest. Learning to survive. That's where I met my mentor.
What would your mentor like?
Boy, that's quite a question. She's like a myth come to life, honestly.
with that question about the mentor and that statement about the mentor, Elle sort of like cowers. But Carol is listening very attentively.
They used to tell stories in my hometown. How naughty children would be sold to Granny Rags, who would eat them for lunch.
Carol just nods.
Well, eventually, my parents sold me to Granny Rags.
Marion looks unhappy. Troubled. Hello.
Carol just nods.
He kind of bobs his head from side to side as though, trying to kind of wave it off. They had their reasons. Anyway, Granny Rags is...
I think I would still reach out and take your hand and maybe give it a little squeeze.
There's just a slight pause before he returns the squeeze and says, Rags doesn't eat children or anyone, humanoid that is. She actually, she's a retired adventurer.
That Elle cocks his head.
She
gets confused by this.
she used to do this job, what we're doing, mercenary work.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually she decided she'd had enough of that, and she settled down in the woods near my hometown. And she taught me. She said that I'm not the first person she's taught, and I certainly won't be the last, which is crazy, because as far as I can tell, she's 1,000,000 years old. And seemingly human. But she talks about this thing, this power that she calls the spark of life, or spark of creation. There's a lot of ways to define it, and I don't really have the words to explain it well, but she helped me to learn to control this power, this energy of the world, which is what fuels my combat abilities. Before she took me on, I would just hurt people by accident. I wouldn't even remember doing it. So I'm very grateful, in a roundabout sort of way, to my parents for taking me to her. If they hadn't, I might never have had a chance to become the hero I'm going to be.
It must have been scary at the time, though.
Yeah, I thought she was going to eat me when I first met her. I thought she was a monster, a corpse, like a zombie. When we first opened that door and saw her, she was like, I thought she was just going to bend down and take my face off. And then she grabbed me by the face.
Took it off.
That didn't help. I really thought, yep, this is it. No more Xander. Eaten by Granny Rags, just like all the other bad kids. But she smiled. She smiled and she cackled and she said, "Yep, he's got the spark," or something like that. So long ago.
Hey, it's actually working.
Yay.
Yeah, it kept acting like it was loading the game, but it wouldn't finish, even though it wasn't. Like, it was just the intro screen, and it couldn't get through. Sorry about that.
It's all good. We were having story time with Xander.
Carol will say, I am glad that she did not eat you.
I heard it was. I was very happy to see that you guys got to do some character stuff. But yay! 2 weeks in a row with internet problems.
Yay.
Let's hope it's the third.
Hat
I
trick,
mean,
hat
kind
trick.
of sure. Didn't you get kicked off the computer the time before that, too?
That's not internet problems.
Okay.
That was just my computer sucks. Okay, so everyone's ready to go?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll start traveling through the forest, not on a path, but Telos will clearly know where he is going. I'm gonna have the path be over here, on a tree.
Oh, perfect.
Nice.
And
Sam making use of that multi-token selector.
yeah,
Otherwise, we're gonna lose L.
I'm really glad they added it.
Telos will walk in relative silence. Unless you ask him something, he just will enjoy the walk through the forest. It'll be about an hour to 2 hours to get to where he's taking you. You guys have some time if you wanted to chat a little bit? Or if there's anything you want to try to do while you're walking there?
I think I'm just enjoying the surroundings as well.
To paint a picture, the forest is very beautiful. As the further you go from his little grove, the less lively everything looks, but you're not far enough away for the effect to have completely worn off. You'll see small animals scurrying around, insects, a lot of flowers, very bright colored flowers. It's a very, very peaceful area. You can tell, you can understand why he cares so much about protecting this place. And he'll just Yep. No, the tree tells us you're too heavy.
Psst, Xander,
Yeah.
keep walking.
I will.
Carol feels immediately more comfortable outside of the area of good and comfortable, just because she is too suspicious of
Comfort.
anything that feels that nice.
It's very, very sad, Sam. Okay. Roll me a perception check, all three of you.
I perceive that I am in a tree.
8.
I perceive that I am adjacent to a tree.
Kate, do you remember your +1?
9. No, where do I get the plus from?
Your Cameron roll.
You get to
She-
pick
Oh.
the roll that you get to add it to. So
She
is
is a
this the roll?
No. 8.
Okay.
My
Oh,
my
shit.
perception is a 5.
I'm in a tree.
Oh, my perception is a 16.
So, Xander, you can see ahead of you the ruins of some old buildings. It might be like a castle or a keep, something rather large. You can tell that there were, especially because you are a fighter, you can tell that there are defenses here, that this was somewhere that was very well fortified. And you can make out slightly humanoid shape. Looks like it's made out of rock, but looks kind of human. Like, has arms and legs.
And I think when he notices that thing, he's going to, reach up and just tap Telos' arm and say, "Are we supposed to be alone here?"
It's okay. I understand your concern, but it is a friend.
Alright. I trust you.
Give me 1 second. I need to pull up my fucking D&D stuff because my computer's stupid.
Sometimes I have to pull out my fucking too.
Let's not do that today, though.
Pulling out the fucking.
Oh.
Is it the fucking?
It is the fucking.
Okay. He's just gonna tell us. Is just gonna keep going closer to his destination, and
Destiny.
have a lot of difficulty because he's too big. And a couple minutes after Xander had that conversation with Telos, the other two of you guys will start seeing these remnants of buildings. It'll seem like this is somewhere that was kind of important. I'd say Mirian can also tell that this was somewhere that was defended very well, that these are the remnants of walls to hide behind, that kind of thing.
Can I history check to see if I have any idea what it was?
Good
Not that
question.
it's gonna matter because I have shit history.
History.
Ah, rolled off the desk, and that was my little one. No. Well, that's unfortunate. All right, hang on. 18.
Okay, you actually. This is something you may have heard in passing, or talked to someone about, because you don't really know the area, but you know this was a king's castle 400 or 500 years ago. It's a king whose entire kingdom fell to ruin and rose up as the current kingdom. Its name mostly forgotten, relatively unimportant little bit of land. But as all castles are, it was a very nice place, now almost entirely in ruins,
Reclaimed by the forest.
reclaimed by the forest.
Oh my.
And as you guys walk, you'll see Telos just shaking his heads and saying, "Why must man always create and disrupt? Even kings cannot see the beauty in the natural."
Most humanoid species cannot survive in nature. They must destroy to create, to make safety for themselves. Few among the humanoids can live in harmony with it.
And he'll look down at you, Xander, and he'll look at you for a moment and then sadly nod his head and say, "That is true." And he'll keep making his way. And you'll get to your destination, and you guys will see what at first glance looks like an ugly statue.
I use divine sense once we get kind of close-ish.
Did we establish what the Pantheon is that you're using?
Not specifically. It was any gods that you want to be part of it can be.
Right.
If we do something longer, I'll definitely directly choose the Pantheon.
Okay. I just didn't want to start making statements about gods and
Yep.
humanoids and have that be not right.
Divine sense.
What does divine sense do?
I can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or no location of celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
It's the paladin's vibe check.
I just wanted to get the exact wording. Yeah, you don't sense anything.
Oh wow, 60 feet is a lot bigger
60
than
feet
I
is
thought
a
it was.
lot.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But per the rules, it's
No,
60 feet.
That's
but you have to be
60
able to
tiles.
see it.
Yeah.
That's 60 tiles.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm like, I forgot that I had it measuring in tiles. So it's actually that.
12.
That makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
And also cannot be obstructed in any way and all that. It's,
Only if we run that dumb rule, which we
Yeah.
don't.
That's really
Yeah.
stupid.
as written, divine sense is useless.
Yeah.
Telos will put his hands up towards this guy
A statue.
and will start saying words in a language none of you understand.
Oh, man. But
It's not deep speech.
Nope.
It's not
No. I had it in the one I wanted. God damn it.
draconic.
Never. No, it's not draconic.
You can
Sylvan?
change the
It's fine. He's there now.
I was gonna quip that I speak so many languages, but I speak two.
I got common, deep speech, Elvish, and Sylvan.
oh my.
Yeah.
I just have common and dwarvish.
Out of character, he's speaking Druid, like the Druid's
Okay.
language.
Hells yeah, druidic.
Yeah. And after a moment, he'll say, "It is safe now," and he'll start to open the chest in front of him. Which can I actually do that? Did he
Yes,
open?
that one will open.
Yes. And he will step aside and say, and point, "Please claim your gift." I get to show my first magic items. Yeah.
Die.
Yeah.
That's gonna make
What
fighting a
is
druid with a magic sword a lot easier.
You will find 2 items in the box. The first is a stone that's covered in runes that are etched into it. and the other is a foot-long black rod covered in runes, like they're like inch-long bands of iron around the black rod, at the top, bottom, and the middle that have lettering on them. And you guys are gonna have to figure out one way or another what they do.
Yay!
I don't have identify.
How could you?
I mean, it's not a warlock thing.
It's not. Warlocks mess
Warlocks
with...
don't know how shit works.
No.
They know Daddy gave me this spell, and I get to point at things and make them hurt.
Yep.
I mean, maybe you should just use an Arcana check. I don't know. Maybe that would help.
I'm going to hold the etched stone up and start talking to it.
I'm
Hello,
going
little
to take the
buddy.
rod, and I'm going to pass it to Carol and ask if you can make any sense of it.
I can attempt to. Carol will turn to Telos and say, "Do you happen to know the function of these devices?"
Damn, you stole my idea. I was gonna do
Just
that
really
too.
hoping you guys would do that.
I thought you were going to make a roll, and then I was just gonna ask Telos, but you beat me
that's
to
what I was
it.
like, certainly I can try. Do you know?
See, I was just making the assumption that since he didn't tell us, he might not know.
I mean, nobody
But-
asked.
Oh, yeah, he might not know, but that's why we asked.
Yeah, you gotta ask questions. You never know.
It makes more sense.
He doesn't know and gets offended. No, I'm kidding.
He just punches you
How,
into the ground.
how dare you look my gift horse in the mouth? Smush.
Get fucked. No, he'll turn to Xander and say, "The stone, please."
Holds it out readily.
And what's a good language for this?
Druidic.
Yeah, let's go with Druidic. He will say he'll hold the stone in his cupped in his hands, the way that you would hold like a firefly, and he'll say the Druidic word for light, and the stone will start shining, and he'll peek it down to you so that you can look at it, and see that it's casting light.
Oh.
And for mechanics, and of course, thanks Tristan for ruining this because I had it made before you got your fucking sword. 10-foot radius of bright light, another 10-foot of dim light.
Look. I knew what would help me. I'm going to have this, if he's handing it back to me,
Yep.
I'm going to be like, oh, this is excellent. Marion, this is for you.
Oh, thank you.
And who has the rod? It's Miriam, right?
No.
Carol has it
Miriam
now.
gave it to Carol.
Carol has it.
Yeah.
Has it, so she will offer it to Telos.
I'm trying to think of the word to activate this one.
Sim sim salabim.
I'm going to keep it simple. He's not going to activate this one, but he's going to explain. This one can give you advantage in battle. If you say, and he'll give you the Druidic word for madness. It'll give you advantage on your enemy against your enemies. It will cause them to be confused for a short time. And again, for mechanics, it's once per short rest. The rod can cause enemies in a 15-foot radius to be afflicted with confusion, causing them to have disadvantage for one turn.
I think Carol hands that one to Xander.
Yeah, because you already have that.
I was going to say, the mind control mage becomes more mind control-y.
Yeah, that was also really fun, Sam. Game ruin my next magic item? That would be fun.
So the my magic item are clothes that repair themselves.
Yeah, but you can do there's something similar you can do to that.
Well, Fey Presence frightens everything around
Yeah.
me. I have Cause Fear. I have a few other, I'm a support warlock, which means I just do a lot of mind effects to people.
Okay.
We're a very mind-control-y bunch.
It's so useful.
For clarification, the rod does not affect allies. It can't affect enemies that you don't know are there. So you have to it uses intent. So you had to intentionally use it against specific enemies.
I think that was that is effectively covered by creatures you designate.
Yeah. Cool. So you guys got the first 2 magic items. Yay!
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 The Rod of Madness. I will drive them mad with my rod. Nobody's gonna touch that one.
Nope.
No.
It's
That was
too
10 foot
obvious,
fall.
it's not even worth it.
I'm just gonna leave it hanging out there.
We know.
And Telos will look at all of you and say, again, I thank you for your work last night. It is grim work and none of us likes doing it, but unfortunately sometimes we must take lives to protect others.
Telos.
Yes,
Can I hug you?
fine.
Yay! He gets a hug from Xander.
And once again, Mirian is amused mama sitting in the corner.
And Carol will say, "Your hospitality and generosity are appreciated." Then she will turn to the elemental and say, "Thank you for allowing us to be given these."
And Telos will say, if you follow me, I can get you back onto your path.
Thumbs up. Thank you, Rock Bro!
Yay!
Actually, I think she might have said what she did to Telos in Sylvan,
Mhm.
on the assumption that he would understand her.
Everybody knows all druids speak Sylvan. Oh, wait.
All of the druids that she has met.
Me flashing back to Jebel asking about the scale turning off his friend of trees, which gives him the ability to speak Sylvan.
If he did not...
He does seem to understand you.
Okay.
Okay, gotta go on the road.
On the road again.
On the road again.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And you guys are nearing the end of your journey. If you would like, you can head straight on the path that you're on, and well, first, just to finish the thing, so everything with Telos, he'll say, "It was nice to meet all of you. It is always good to meet a friend of the forest. I thank you for your help and for your company. May we meet again." And he'll walk away.
Yay!
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 Travel safely, Telos.
He'll wave goodbye behind him.
I think
I'm gonna-
when he's a bit away, Carol is going to hand Xander a bag. Like the today's bag.
Yeah.
Item.
Ah, it's my turn to check the bag. He's going to pocket it.
And just quickly, for dealing with a situation that could have been caused or had violence but did not, you each get 367 experience. Because the guy near the chest was going to be a fight if you did not get Telos's friendship. If you guys were dicks, this journey would have been hard. 3 extra fights.
How much was it again?
360.
367. 367.
Yay, I'm almost 10% of the way there.
Yay!
Yeah. Gonna have to decide how much experience to give you guys at the end. So, out of stuff, we can continue on to the school, if that's what you guys want to do. There's not really going to be much between here and there, if you guys just want to skip ahead, but it's up to you.
No more forest monsters to attack us.
No, you are pretty close to the edge of the forest. Trees are starting to thin out by the time you leave Telos.
No more plains monsters to attack us.
No. Couple rundown farms, but I don't think they're going to attack you yet.
Yet?
You say that, but the farms are where the scarecrows
I'm
are.
dumb.
Those are vicious.
Yeah, do you know how mad I am that D&D Beyond doesn't have like a scarecrow thing? Yeah, this was
Yes,
not
it does.
going to be... I couldn't find one. I swear to God, I could not find one. This guy was going to be a scarecrow.
I hear that scarecrows are very formidable, that they are in fact outstanding in their field.
And very scary, especially toward crows.
Yep. Corvids do not like them.
My middle name is Corvid.
Well, this doesn't help now, Sam. But I thank you for putting that. So, do you guys want to continue on to the school?
I think so.
Yeah.
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 If there's anything else that Carol feels is pressing?
Just need to teleport you guys. Not here, because that's not where it's supposed to be.
Were you expecting us to fight that guy?
What guy? Shut up.
Stone guy.
Oh, never mind. I forgot you can't see my screen.
No.
I was like, oh god, what have I done?
I'm
I'm gonna call him George, that guy.
Yeah. Oh my.
I'm gonna summon you guys to this board.
I am being summoned. That was weird, seeing the stuff inside the school appear, but not the
Yep.
school.
This game does not like how I play it.
It's so ominous.
Just need to put you guys. Give me 1 second.
So cuboid.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a actual tower, but that did not.
Buildings are challenging. They take practice.
Now I need to make Sam's freaking little buddy.
Little buddy. You know, if you ever pull down a token and then do anything to it and rename it, you can then right-click on it, go into GM Tools, and hit Make Unique, and then it'll go up into the top right menu when you hit spacebar. That's where unique tokens live, so you can just quickly pull them down.
I do know I can do it. I forgot to do it for.
You can always go back to the other board where she still exists, and then make her unique from there. Whatever. Forest Fairy. No, we lost my apostrophe again. Boo.
Damn it.
Also, this is not my token.
What did I do?
You pull down new tokens instead of unique tokens, so we don't control these ones.
I'm giving you guys control now.
Yeah, if you make them unique, then you'll never have to do that again.
Okay. Theoretically, you should all have control.
Now Xander does.
Carol will have cast Mage Armor at some point.
Mhm.
Honestly, probably before we left with Telos.
Okay, so all of you guys are unique, so I will be able to do that quicker later.
Yeah, so if you wanted to try
Vibe check.
Yeah, too small of a vibe check. Once we get in the door, I'll vibe check.
if you can hit spacebar and then you can push the button next to the book, it should give you a list of unique tokens.
Yep.
I lost all my chat messages! No, they were funny!
I've ruined everything. Here, as a way of apology.
As a way of apology, can I have my... Yay!
Apostrophe.
My apostrophe is back! I don't understand why... I don't remember. I don't know why it downloads without the apostrophe.
Mm-hmm.
It's really weird.
Okay, so you guys have at last gotten to the academy you have been looking for. You don't, or you come to two large wooden doors, in what was clearly at one point a very fancy looking building, but has seen wear and tear from the last 5 years. There's moss growing on the walls. Some of the windows are broken. There's not a lot of damage, especially for the place it is. It's a little surprising that in 5 years there hasn't been a little bit more damage from looting and just people attacking or damaging the building for fun. You don't see anyone. And if you want to roll me a perception, we can see if you can try to find any signs of any threats or anything.
Poor perception.
That is a D10. That is not what I want to roll.
I got a dirty 20.
Cool.
I got an 18.
And I got an 8. Wait. Perception is where? 9.
Perception is Miriam's middle name.
Mm-hmm. So Xander and Carol, well, I guess all of you don't see any signs of people outside of the building, and you can't see it into the building from the windows well enough to see if there's anyone there. The two, Xander and Carol, you can tell from the dirt path going to the school that it seems like there's been travel within at least a couple of days. So there seems like either people were recently here or there are people here. You can't be sure. What would you like to do?
I think Carol wants to circle the building
Yeah, I was thinking the same
to
thing.
see if there are other ways in, like other doors in and out kind of thing. Like, sure, you could go through a window or something, but
Okay.
Sounds good.
so
I am going to roll up some survival to see if I can determine that these tracks were made by Dragonborn and exactly how recently and how many and all that.
Okay. Roll survival.
I am following them.
Alright, I got a 19 on that.
nice.
Yeah, I
No.
know, it was really good. For Carol, are you going to go around the building, or are you going to send your familiar around the building?
That's a good point. That it would be more obvious, although we are likely already seen. So I think that I think that just Elle. Yeah, she'll send Elle to because he can go fast.
Yeah.
So he's gonna do a loop.
Yep.
Can pseudo dragons become invisible?
No, they can't.
Okay.
Oh, before we split up-ish, I'm gonna cast Aid on the three of us.
What does
What
aid do?
does that do?
For 8
Gives
hours.
us HP.
Or, yeah. Our hit point maximum and current hit points increased by 5.
Nice.
Just to check, the two people who had water skins, you have drank your water skins, right? I think the magic water.
Oh, I was gonna make sure that lasted, actually.
Yeah,
Like,
my intent was not to drink through the magic water, which
Yeah.
is why I wanted to make sure that it would still be potent.
like he didn't mention it, but he understood that the water was healing, which is why he asked that it got filled up for him.
Yeah.
Okay. That
I was
works.
gonna make my cheeky little, like, later on, I was gonna be like, he's gonna drink from his water skin. By the way, that's the magic water. How much do I heal? Be like, oh, but other people realized it too.
For the loop around the building, you don't see any other entrances, and you still don't see any signs that people were out and about recently.
It seems that this is the only way in and out, unless somebody were to do something more adventurous.
You know how I would do it.
Eh.
Jump out a window.
Oh. Why?
To
That's
He's
very
a goof.
dangerous.
get in and out of the building when somebody has blocked the door. Alright then, if you'll give me a few minutes here, he's going to reach up and pluck the rabbit from the top of his head and set it on the grass before him, then sit cross-legged in front of it and begin kind of humming to himself. You see that, like, at first, the rabbit is a little fidgety and looking around, like, seeming like it's going to take a step in this direction or that to move away, but very quickly it kind of settles, and it just starts staring at Xander as he continues to hum. And after a few minutes, Xander will open his eyes, and they will be the deep black buttons of a rabbit, and the rabbit will blink and have his eyes.
Creepy.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know, that seems normal.
Yeah, it's a rabbit with dragon eyes. Why would that be weird?
Yeah.
And I have performed the ritual. Beast Sense, which lasts for up to 1 hour. It lets me touch a willing beast. For the duration of the spell, I can use my action to see through the beast's eyes and hear what it hears, and continue to do so until I use my action to return to my normal senses. While perceiving through the beast's senses, I gain the benefits of any special senses possessed by that creature, though I am blinded and deafened to my own surroundings. So while the rabbit is still stood in front of me, and, I'm able to perceive through it, I'm going to say to the others, I'm going to use my little buddy here to scout the building for us very carefully and quietly. I'm going to...
There's part of me that almost wants to say you can talk as the rabbit, just so that you are speaking in that exact voice through the mouth of a rabbit.
Creepy.
And then just rabbit noises come from Xander's body.
It's the rabbit saying, "Is that my voice? Is that my voice?" I'm going to scout this place. Alright.
Oh my god.
So I'm going to direct the rabbit up the stairs toward the door and see if there's any crack or crevice large enough for it to fit through, and if not, then I'll kind of... You'll see his shoulders kind of slump. Like, Marion, could you crack the door for me?
Yeah, you would need someone to open the door for you.
Marion, can you crack the door for me?
There's... I will crack it ever so slightly and kind of peer through it.
Alright, rabbit. Let's see if I pulled up a page on rabbits. Not this one. This one. Rabbity, 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 adult crab. Closer, bulette. Alright. Robbie. Stats for these things. Okay, maybe it's under hair. That. Hair. Hey, I was right. Alright. These things have... Wow, they suck. They have +2 perception, +5 stealth, and a passive perception of 12. So, they are less good at knowing about their surroundings than Xander is.
Do they not have keen senses?
No. Not the hare, anyway. It has escape. The hare can take the dash, disengage, or hide action as a bonus action on each of its turns, so I should be able to do this and not get the little bugger killed. Hopefully. We'll find out. So, might I have a Toko? I think he died again.
Oh. Yeah.
Boo. How are you doing on time, dear?
I should probably get ready for bed. This is a appropriate stopping point.
Alright, we'll wait for him to get back, and then we'll do that.
Taking notes. How did the confusion rod work? Was it a single target confusion?
No, it's everything within 15 feet that I designate.
Okay. Up to a certain number, or just anything?
Everything within that distance.
That'll be super useful.
Yeah. Get 2 uses of Fey Presence.
Well, but, they're confused, not frightened, right?
Yeah, well, the confusion is just they have disadvantage on all their d20 rolls. So, the benefit is they're probably not running away like a frightened creature would be. I've had that. You weren't in the party yet. But the party did once fight undead beholders that one of their I-beams causes fear, and they just kept blasting the party with fear.
Ugh.
Yo.
Hi.
I do not know what the hell's happening to my internet.
Wild.
Like, you would think if it was... they put it in wrong, this would have happened, like, Sunday.
Yeah.
Not now. Okay.
Fun. So yeah, I'm going to send the rabbit in, but Kate says that this is a good stopping point for her.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll pick it up next time with Thumper going in. Perhaps, though, you could add a rabbit or similar token down and give me control of it.
Yep.
Yay.
Now I want the rabbit to actually locate our Dragonborn targets and then talk to them with my Dragonborn voice.
Oh my
Through
god.
the rabbit.
We have you surrounded.
Did that
Give
rabbit
up
just
the
talk?
sword peacefully.
Rule of Fun does say that that's how we could do it. Gotta be.
But I feel like it sounds distant.
Like it's coming.
So like
through
it's
back,
still
you know?
coming from the rabbit, but because he's far from his body, it like sounds like it's more distant.
Fucking tin can
Got
and
a bad
strings.
radio connection.
Yeah.
But I was gonna be Officer Hops. Yay, little buddy! Little buddy, you're the one.
He's
You
adorable.
make sneaking lots of fun.
Oh my goodness.
Little buddy. Alright. Then I shall call it there. Play
Well,
recording.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Good night, recording.
Good night.